All right, good afternoon, everybody. It is a beautiful Saturday to be immobilized. Just kidding. Same process as yesterday. Is another rehab session of just trying to gain mobility, build some strength, and get that range of motion back in my shoulder. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started. We're gonna take this sling off. It's T-minus 3 days till I can stop wearing this thing. It is an understatement to say that I'm excited to stop wearing this thing. It's very annoying. First, I'm gonna see if the range of motion has gotten any better. Honestly, that's a little bit further than yesterday. But like I said, it varies day to day depending on the soreness from the previous day. First one, I'm gonna take the PVC pipe. I'm just gonna assist it out laterally and go as far as I can without causing pain, but just getting as much range of motion and mobility back in that shoulder joint. Same thing every single day. 10 reps of each exercise, doing these twice a day. So I'll do it once here in the gym, and then later in the day, do them at home. The ultimate goal is just being patient and consistent with these, because it is a long process and gonna be a long journey. These actually feel a lot better than yesterday. See how far we can go on this last one. All right, that one's not so bad. I think I got a little bit above 180 degrees. So now we're gonna go frontwards. Again, this one is more painful. One. Now I'm not gonna try to overextend on this last one because these ones just have a little bit more pain and strain on the front raise. So 10. So that's it for the PVC pipe. And like yesterday, I'm gonna take my fist, create a 90-degree angle, keeping it straight back, step a little bit more closer. And I'm just applying a little bit of pressure. 2, 3, back off. 1, 2, 3. So for the goal for these like wall exercises is to be able to apply just a little bit more force without inflicting pain and again, damaging the repair from the surgery. Next one, it's kind of like an external rotation. Just find like a door frame. This is perfect though, like I said yesterday. 90-degree angle, and I'm just pushing against the wall until I just feel those muscles around that shoulder joint activating and getting a light strain. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. All right, so there's that one. So I think we got like 2 more. I think the hardest part about measuring how much progress you're making is it's quite difficult, because some days it feels like you're able to apply more force than the day before, and some days you'll wake up with pain. So it's hard to tell yourself that you're making progress because you're sore, and the day before you might be able to apply more pressure than today. That is the key and the type of mindset you have to have. You just have to be patient and be consistent, and over time, the strain's gonna come back. So see if I can't do it from this angle. One of my least favorite ones, but we're gonna, again, create that 30-degree acute angle. And over time, the more pressure that I'm able to apply in this angle, I'll then create more space, and I'll be able to raise my arm higher in that lateral direction. So 10. All right, I believe there's one more. So we're gonna step in front of that door frame. And I always talk about doing it as if you're at home, because you don't have to come to the gym to do these at all. You can easily just do these movements twice a day from your house. You don't have to go to a gym, especially like if you're really like strict on time management throughout the day. You can even do these at the office if you have an office job. Do it on your lunch break. 1, 9, 10. All right, so those are the 5 movements once again, but I'm gonna do one more round with the PVC pipe, because now I have kind of just worked all areas of the shoulder joint, anterior, side, and posterior. Because I have put strain on the shoulder joint, I may be able just to have more range of motion by going through it one more time. So see how far we can get this time. We're gonna raise it up, See, that is a lot of progress already. And so the key thing with these, from what my physical therapist told me, is that we want to focus on just raising out laterally with the shoulder, and we're not shrugging up and like leaning to the opposite side to like help give us leverage, because we're not ultimately going to get all of the efficiency out of the movement by strengthening that shoulder joint. So instead of, shrugging a little bit, we want to keep it straight back. And we just want to raise out straight and laterally and go as high as possible without inflicting pain, and once again, damaging that repair. There's the side one. We're going to do the frontwards one more time. Oh, that is a huge improvement from the first time I just did these. So keep in mind, the more progress and the more you're able to go laterally and frontwards with the PVC pipe is going to be more range of motion you're going to be able to have without it. So the progress is going to be slow, but actually this is the farthest I've been able to raise my arm out by myself. Yeah, it's very stiff, but that's what these movements are for, is to alleviate that stiffness and just get mobility and strengthen everything around that shoulder joint. There's actually one more I keep forgetting. So if I just stand here, my physical therapist wanted to say to just retract my scapula and squeeze my shoulder blades. We're not doing a shrug, where we're just taking my shoulder blades and squeezing 1, 2, 3, and then back. And we're just gonna do 10 of these. And I'm not like trying to squeeze extremely hard. It's just going through the range of motion. Because when the time comes and I'm able to do, strength training, weight lifting exercises, this is a huge movement with a lot of upper body exercises, for example, like a seated cable row. All right, so that is all the movements for today. Now, I did order the pulley system. It should be in the mail when I come back to the house, and then I will show how that system works. Those particular movements with the pulley system are a lot more painful, and I do feel the soreness every single day when I wake up from doing these movements every day. But over time, that soreness is gonna go away, and again, just a lot of patience and a lot of consistency. But one thing I do wanna do, I'm gonna do a little physique check, see where we're at. Now, take in mind, this is probably the most vulnerable I'll get, because one thing that I have done throughout this rehabilitation is trying to make it as comforting as possible. And one of the most things that you can get from comfort is good food. So to say the least, I have not been eating the most clean. I've just been kind of eating foods that bring me comfort, foods I like to eat. Still exercising, still doing my walking, still doing my cardio, so there is a balance. I guess you guys get to see how I take my shirt off, because it's not exactly orthodox, it's very unorthodox.
So when I take my shirt off, I gotta keep this arm completely straight.
This is what we're looking at. Now, I don't know how close I am for you to be able to tell that my shoulders are not symmetrical. My right shoulder is now a lot sucked in to where it should be compared to how it has been over the years. And then because my left labrum is torn as well, it's gonna look more further away and pushed away from my body. But come back in June, do the surgery on the left shoulder, it'll get sucked in, and then everything is gonna start to look more symmetrical over time. Now, you could probably tell a little bit more if I face the back. Now, I can't exactly see what you're looking at right now, but I have a good feeling that it does not look very symmetrical, and my right side is gonna look the way it's supposed to be compared to my left. So if I put my arms down, you'll probably get a better view of it. So this is just me being relaxed. And one thing that has brought clarity and some peace is over the years when I would flex my back, my right shoulder would be a lot more elevated and just not symmetrical to my left. And it made sense once I came back to the States and I got my shoulder looked at, and they're like, yeah, it's completely torn. So if it's completely torn, it's not gonna be connected to the bone, and so yeah, it's going to be a little bit more elevated, a little bit more pushed off out to the outside of my body compared to my left. That's because on my left side, it's just the anterior labrum that's torn, and that just happened because I was overcompensating because of how torn my right side was. So yeah, I don't know if there's abs popping out right now, but over time, it'll get better. We'll come back to this video one day, and you'll just see that it is possible, if you are also going through something like this, that it does get better, but it's just gonna take a lot of hard work, a lot of patience, and a lot of consistency. So that is it for the day. Maybe when I get home, if the pulley system did come in, I will show you how I use that. It is not fun, it is painful, but you gotta do it. You gotta do it if you wanna get back to where you wanna be, and if you wanna have healthy shoulders, bulletproof shoulders, you gotta do all these exercises every single day. You gotta listen to your physical therapist. I know people who go through procedures and operations, and they just don't do everything that the physical therapist tells them. Those people know more than you do, and I accept that. Now, 5 years ago, my ego would say different. I would be like, I know what I'm doing. I don't need to do those. And I would just make everything worse. But I turned 30 this year. I've matured a lot. And I understand that there are people who know a lot fucking more about what's going on with my body than I do myself. Yeah, that's it for today. I'm going to try to do this every single day. I want to show you guys the progress that can be made by just being consistent and being patient by doing these very super fucking boring movements. So peace out. I'll see you tomorrow because I'm going to keep doing this shit every day.